Good evening. Hi. Oh, what happened then? My light's going a bit funny. 1 second. Let's sort that out. There we go. That's a bit better. Oh dear. How are we? Hello. There we go. Hi. Right. We're on. Let me see if I can get this working on here now tonight. I can't even see my group currently. There we go. Hello. Right. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, everyone. Hello. Lizzie, good evening. Hello. Sorry, I'm a bit close to the screen there, aren't I? I've put my laptop too far out of reach and it's a bit high up. And now I'm going to end up all over the place to try and see it. How is everyone? Oh, hi, Dad. Hello. Just seen his face pop up. You're in Bangkok at the moment. Having fun. Lots of experiences going on for you there, I can imagine. All over the news, Bangkok. I hope you're all right. I know I have spoken to you. I know you are all right. You're having fun. My voice isn't as best this evening, unfortunately. I will do my best. It's an easy meditation tonight. Let's do the breathing exercise. And has everyone got a crystal handy this evening? I've been so lucky, but it does wear me out quite a lot to be doing loads of workshops, lots of classes and seeing lots of clients, which is exactly what I wanted to manifest for myself, and it's exactly what I want to be doing and where I want to be. But it comes at a little bit of a cost that I spend basically 24 hours a day, I think, talking in my head. Yeah, and if I'm not talking to other people, I'm talking to myself. Crystals. This is the crystal gift that we got given on Friday night when we did the spirit board workshop at Spellbound. I'm not exactly sure what it is, and probably to you on this camera it might look quite flat and grey, a bit mottledy, but it actually's got massive flashes through it. And if somebody who was there on Friday who also got one of these, you might be able to see it occasionally. It's got like a mirror through it, and it's not labradorite. Labradorite's got like a mega flash through it, hasn't it? It's something else, but it's really cool, and it's got lots of different glimmers and mirrors in it. And I always see labradorite and anything that's got a shimmer and a mirror back to yourself as it's holding a mirror up to you, so that you remember that what you project out, you also project back to yourself by the law of attraction. But this is to hold a mirror up to yourself, to watch what you do, and to almost stay in your own lane, mind your own business in a sense. Keep yourself encapsulated in your own world. Don't be in comparison to somebody else's world. Be you authentically, and hold that mirror up and just see yourself and what your world is like within that kind of space of you. Instead of looking at the comparison world of what everybody else has got going on for them, look at what you've got going on for yourself and see yourself. I mean, I always tend to say, somebody who pulls labradorite out of my heart crystal bag, my lucky dip bag for a reading, I always say, you know, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? And looking into that mirror, it should say, it is you. You are the fairest one of all. You should hold yourself in the highest regard and aim to be the best, highest version of yourself at all times. And when you falter and you feel in reflection that you could have done things better, then that's just a lesson learnt. and aim and strive higher and better and work harder and be more disciplined and determined in the next attempt. It's all we can do as human beings, but you've got to stay focused within your own world and not necessarily everyone else's. And that's kind of leading me on to the meditation that I've chosen to do this evening, using a crystal, where we hold the crystal and blend with the crystal and feel its energies and feel its heart rate and kind of get the crystal properties working with our energy and how we feel, but also that we can walk then with that power. Looks like a leaf. It does look like a leaf. It's a very pretty leaf. It feels really tactile because it's quite a big chunky thing. It's really nice. She gave these as a gift on Friday night, like I said, but I think she's got lots in the shop as well, and they're not that expensive, but actually, and I would probably have never picked that off the shelf if I'm honest. It's not something that would have gone wow by me. I tend to pick things like this that a bit more pointy, a bit more mesmerising, a bit more shiny. But funnily enough, this feels so tactile. I feel like I can almost like squeeze it. It's a bit more of a toy. And actually Amber's had this on her bed this week because I had to ask her tonight where it was, and it was on the end of her bed, so she quite likes it. So, and it's quite, like I say, it's a big solid one, so you're not worried about dropping it or breaking it. It's nice. It's nice. So yeah, sometimes the ones that are gifted to you are the ones that are meant for you at that time, and it's good. Struggling to hold myself higher at the moment, getting better. Yeah, you need to work on your gratitude lists. Everything that you love in your life, focus on that. Don't focus on anyone else other than yourself. Write a list of all the things that you're good at, all the things that you love about yourself. And remember your inner child. Remember that. Tracy, you've done that with me. And, what would that little girl want more than anything in the world? And see yourself giving her that and guiding her, unconditionally, always having her back. I would pick the leaf. Yeah, see, it's funny. I wouldn't go for a shape like this, but this to me at the moment standing out, hence why I've got it with me. So I'm holding on to this and my clear quartz wand. It's all good. So this meditation, after the crystal check-in to give us that energy boost from the crystals, we are now in the waxing on phase, waxing crescent phase. We're only 2 days after the new moon, so I figured that it would be a really good time. At the new moon, you tend to plant new seeds of intentions and be setting goals as we start to build those energies up towards the full moon. However, a lot of people, the weather's changing. We've had seasonal colds. I'm struggling with seasonal cold, and I think that we need a bit of a boost to just kind of let go of things that might be holding us back a little bit in our mindset, especially when you don't feel 100%. You tend to dwell on the things that aren't going well and the way that you feel rubbish and lackluster and lack of passion, lack of drive. And you tend to go into serious, slow, old mode rather than being in kind of fun, fiery and young mode. And we need to be more childlike in our way of thinking. And like I was saying, with the whole mirror on the wall, you've got to create a fairy tale. You've got to create a heaven on earth, because no one else is going to do it for you. You can choose to see the bad and the ugly, or you can choose to see the glory and the beauty. And quite often when we get stumped with challenging situations, with illness or with rundownness, or things aren't going so well, we tend to have a big black cloud following us around, and we tend to dwell on that rather than on the good things that are going on. So it takes determination and discipline in our mindsets to be able to kind of stubbornly stand by our decisions to be our higher self. It doesn't come easy, and it takes real drive. And that's why, you guys are all massive visualizers, massive empaths, And you have to give yourself some credit for that, that sometimes the way that you feel, the way that you reflect on yourself, the way that you sense into other things that are going around you, it rubs off on you. Other people's energies rub off on us. And we're not always around people that are really, really positive. We're sometimes around the moaners, the groaners, the complainers, the people that put their head in the sand, you know, and they can sometimes be the people that are closest to us, the people that we love. But we have to stay in our own lane, even though we might travel alongside. I mean, there is an argument to say get away from those people because they're not doing you any good and they're blending with your energies. But sometimes it's nice to be around different people who bring different things at different times in your life. And it's not ideal always to step totally away from them, but it is important for you to know what charges you up and don't rely on them to do it for you. Stay like independently fired up. So do the things that you like to do that makes you feel you than you, and that'll make you feel great. And then you'll be able to manage all the people around you regardless of their mindset, because you won't really care, because you're not really looking at them anyway. You're only reflecting on yourself and doing things for you and finding things that are fun. It's funny, what I'm doing for myself now is what me as a little girl would have wanted to be. See, that's just amazing. That's wonderful. And that's what we should be doing all the time, but we're forced into thinking that we have to achieve things that we don't. And we're told that we're only really being successful in life if we're doing these things that don't make us feel very good. So you got to think about that little child inside and what that one wants, and show them the world that they want. It's much more colourful, definitely. So yeah, breathing exercise, then we're going to tune into your crystal and feel its energies blend with yours. Feel that heartbeat of the crystal blend and energize your energy centers and your power. And then we're going to walk through the emotional house, and it might feel a little bit negative to you depending on what's going on for you at the moment. It might feel negative. Excuse me a second. Or it might bring up some things that you hadn't thought of for a while. Excuse me. But that's okay as well. And that's good for reflection, because it's obviously meant to come up for you now in this moment. We just have to roll with it. And remember that what we imagine and what we have is kind of out there. It's not necessarily in here. We don't have to attach to it. We can just witness it. Things that come up that we need to reflect on. Good evening. Hello, Donna. I didn't expect to see you on here. You should be practicing your lines. Donna's doing a PMA, is that right? Event this weekend coming up at Colwyn Bay Theatre, I think. And she's playing quite a good role, which I think she's excited about, but also nervous about. So wishing her loads of luck for that. Get remembering your lines. Clear your head. It's probably a good thing to do this meditation class, actually, because it might help you clear your mind, and then you can focus on your play and visualize yourself doing really, really well. That's something that you can always do. You can send Honshization N and all your Reiki symbols to the event coming up, so you future project sending healing to it. And you can also kind of in your head, once you've got that clear alpha state, so straight after this class, imagine yourself doing the activity. See yourself, feel yourself, see the audience, see the lights, feel the music and all the energy of the whole space, and see yourself performing perfectly, really, really well, and see yourself on repeat, constantly going over it, seeing it successful, and you will mirror that path. I'm sure you'll absolutely nail it. Right, let's get on with this breathing exercise. Thank you for everybody checking in. So have your crystal handy. Let's do the breathing exercise, and then let's wander into our mind for a little bit of reflection. Like I say, these things just come up in your imagination for you to witness, for you to be aware of, and then we let go of them and we feel lighter having done so. And then we step forward into a newer, brighter phase for ourselves. So it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Where's my music? That might be a good start. Let's turn off this tingy wingy bells. Tingsha bells. Blimmin' love them. I've seen... So they're getting advertised on things like Temu and stuff now. Tingsha bells. Look, not Tingsha bells. Koshu bells. But I don't know whether anyone's ever bought them. I know that Koshu bells come in the 4 elements, so your earth, air, fire and water, and they've all got a slight different note depending on the frequency, and they're specifically tuned with fine, the really good instruments. And Temu are selling them, and it's just like a one sound, so I've got no idea what it sounds like. The reviews say that they've got a lovely sound to them, but I don't know what note they're in. But yeah, they're probably half the price. Don't know why I thought about that really, but I just had a look on Temu for the first time today and thought, oh, Koshu bells. Really don't need any more bells and sound instruments in my life though. Breathe in. 2. Don't need any more crystals either. Still buy them. Breathe in. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's breathe out. 7, 8. Breathe in. There you go. Get with the program, Catherine. Hold. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. Thanks for the advice. Might not work, but that's probably what I would do. No, vicarious programming. It's the best way to learn. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe in. Right. Hold yourself tall. That spine straight. Opens up your lungs for breathing. And I'm saying this because I need to do it too. So I rock my shoulders down and back, which makes me sit more aligned on my spine. That tailbone is sat down comfortably, and I feel a lot lighter actually when I sit like this. If I sit hunched, I feel heavy, and all my hips ache, my knees pull, my ankles twist, and I end up being fidgety. So I need to sit myself up tall, get that spine straight, vertebrae upon vertebrae. Angel wings, those shoulder blades down and back, which opens up your chest and it helps you to breathe properly. Better place to be. Right, I'm going to stop fidgeting with these, hands open, ready to receive on my knees, and breathe fully. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you breathe out, empty your body, empty your mind, empty the tension from your whole space. So breathe out those consuming thoughts that clutter your mind all day. Clear your mind, clear your space. Breathe in. If you're holding any tension through your body, breathe into those spaces, and on the out breath, just see it releasing and lifting away from you, so you feel lighter and brighter. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. I'm the one that you're looking at and I'm supposed to be teaching the class. It does help. But for you guys who are sitting at home or sitting on your bed or sitting outside or wherever you're sitting, choose to give yourself permission to just be. Regardless of the external environment around you, allow the volume control to just turn right down and centre yourself. Think of you and your breath. Think of that heart beautifully in sync, beating through your chest, pumping that oxygenated blood through to all of your working muscles, which powerfully and gracefully makes you you, allows you to move and allows you to be vitally alive. You're a powerful thing. You need to check into yourself on all levels to allow yourself to be at optimum, firing on all cylinders. Breath work is so powerful at putting you into that alpha state that increases your immune function and gets everything in alignment, makes you feel more and more powerful. Breathe in. Firstly, I can download my class afterwards so I can post it onto multiple forums like Vimeo or YouTube. Also, I've noticed that it's got Dawn Barnard Harris, Donna Jane Greenfield and Sammy Lee, David Barrington. He says if you're watching, bring them on camera. There's actually a potentiality for you to do a joint live, bring some people on live as well, which is quite a cool feature and something that I wouldn't do off the cuff, but be prepared, and hopefully that's something that we can do in the future. And we used to do quite a lot of our classes on Zoom, and that allowed everyone to be able to have some input. You could choose to have your camera on or camera off, so it might be a good feature for certain subjects that we cover in meditation class. Last few breaths. For those of you who've used your hand kanji tonight, well done. Physical life, red. Mental life, blue. Emotional life, green. And spiritual life, white light. Last few breaths. Breathe in. Bit of a jump in the music. Don't allow me to disturb you. I'm going to get off the screen in a second. But I want you to hold your crystal or crystals Maybe place them on your forehead for a moment and just tune into the cool exterior of the crystal against your skin, feeling how it feels. I'm going to lose that one, I'm just going to use this. Just notice how cool and calming it is against your skin. In the moments of silence in between your breaths, recognize the pulse point of the crystal, its frequency, its resonance. Against your skin it vibrates. And if you feel nothing but coolness, that's fine. Close your eyes and be drawn into the sensation, opening of the third eye in the center of your forehead. Now these crystals are hundreds, thousands, sometimes millions of years old. Sometimes they've been affected by mankind, changing the frequency or the vibration of them, making them smoky or giving them an aura. But these ground crystals that have come from our earth have got a powerful vibration that works alongside our frequency as a human being. We too are part of earth. And we are just as strong, just as powerful, and even more flexible than the crystal. As you allow these subtle frequencies and energies to blend with yours and clarify your mind, refreshing your thinking, and giving you a focal point other than the external world around you, other than the internal chitter-chatter of your mind, allow your eyes to close down and allow your inner world to come forward. You see, inside of you lies all of the magic to everything, all the answers. And as you allow yourself to go deep into a state of tranquility and peace, breathing slowly, calmly, allowing the floor or the chair that you're sitting in to support you and hold you, allowing the tension to flow away from your body, knowing that you're supported, safe and rested. Right now there's nothing for you to do but sit and breathe. If your arm starts to get heavy, notice with every out-breath, the body relaxes even further. And maybe you can allow the crystal to just drop away from your face. And you can hold it rested softly in your hand. And maybe you might tune into its heartbeat there through the pulse points of you. As you go deep within, allowing the vastness of thought, closing down the world outside, and journeying deep within yourself. Take a nice deep breath in, hold your breath. You're in control, hold your breath for as long as you can, as long as you want to. And when you're ready, breathe out, exhale, and relax even further, going down deeper. 5, 4, with a healthy sense of curiosity as to what I'll guide you to see. 3, knowing that you are safe in all instances, with all experiences. And just allow everything to come up for you as it should. And you can witness everything from the cinema of your mind. No need to attach, just witness. 1. Totally relaxed. Maybe now you can see yourself wandering into a classroom of your choice. And in that room, as you place yourself in the middle, I want you to feel that maybe around you, certain images, certain pictures, certain feelings, maybe faces, places, words and actions. Maybe of things that you might have felt guilty for in the past. Maybe things that you've done that you weren't proud of in reflection. Things that you've actioned or actions of you. Maybe you've been following the crowd or in fact the opinion of others close to you. And maybe now you don't feel proud. And maybe you feel a little bit guilty for your actions or for what you've witnessed or for what you've done and behaved. Now you have to remember that you are on a unique journey and path as an individual. And you shift and evolve based on these events, and you move forward. And as you do so, it makes you feel lighter, as you can choose to leave these things behind. They were all lessons, and given that set of circumstances and the tools that you had at that time, you reacted and responded in the only way that you could. And right now, in reflection, you can choose to leave that behind you. You can choose to step forward feeling lighter, having learned a better way of being, knowing that you might do it differently slightly next time, knowing that you will make things right. You can't hold on to things that you presume others do. You can only look at your own reflection and decide what's right for you now. And you shouldn't struggle, you shouldn't fight. You have to step forward and feel lighter, otherwise you'll just become swamped. And that's no fun, and that's low vibration, and that's not you. It's not what you're meant to do. So we learn, we leap forward, we step forward, we feel lighter, we feel brighter, and we leave these things behind us in the past. And we don't feel hypocritical for stepping forward, singing a new tune. This is part of our lesson. The next set of circumstances, experiences, faces, voices that will come up for you now, the things that you might have resented or felt resentment towards. Now, things that maybe others don't hold as importantly as you hold your own values to be. You resent and sometimes feel bitterness of others, egoic things that affects the way that you behave and draws you in to react. And you can only ever stay in your own lane, on your own path, with no competition, no comparison. It's not about them, it's about you. See these things step forward for you. Reflect on them, and then let them go, and let yourself feel lighter. Third and final thing of reflection, you're doing really well. The things that no longer serve you, hatred. You have to let go of hatred, and you might have attached so much towards someone's communications, their verbalizations, their behaviours, that
maybe you might even actually feel hate towards them as they frustrate you in your beliefs, and it challenges you to the core to maintain your highest self. Maybe they test your morals. Maybe they just get on your nerves. You must let it go. You must free yourself. You must send them love. Forgiving yourself and forgiving them stops that bind of energy that they hold upon you. And you can take charge of how you feel, and right now you're choosing to step forward feeling light. And sometimes letting go can be painful because you're breaking attachments to patterns that have kept you safe in the past. Have courage now to grow and change these patterns that have been holding you back in your life, these old beliefs, these mindsets and values. Think about serving your greatest good. As we step forward, we envisage these rooms closing down now, shrinking down. No need to stay parked here. Evolving your consciousness now and accelerating your thoughts as you shift. We're invited to heal and transcend these aspects of ourselves so that we can move forward from a place of empowerment. And as you leave these rooms feeling lighter now than you've ever felt, allow the lightness to take you further and further away into the space, rested, the vastness of space, with emptiness of thought. It's yours to own now, and you can rethink your version of you and start right again, right back at the beginning. You can enter the world now with new words, new thoughts, new behaviours, new actions, and you don't have to justify this to anyone. In your mind, you are reset. Feel all of this lightness and breathe it in and notice that you're free, you're powerful, and you're totally unique. You are totally uniquely you. To recall an event or a time in your life when you did something that you felt genuinely proud of. When you felt confident, you felt like you'd conquered something that maybe others thought that you couldn't do at that time. When you've got that moment in your mind, I want you to see all the little details. Recognise your posture, the way that you're standing, the way you're dressed, the things that you say, the way that you look, the environment that you're in. See it all. Remember that moment. I want you now to step into that moment and reconnect back with that time when you felt genuinely proud of yourself. When you felt courage, passion, fired up, like you could conquer the world. And feel the energy rising inside of you now. Feel it bubbling as it lifts through your body. Feel that connection to that moment of feeling really proud and on top of your game. I want you to do something really, really clever now. connected to this powerful, proud moment, reconnected to yourself, the best version of you, feeling on top of the world. I want you to future project an event in the future that you need to feel that amount of courage to do. I want you to see that event, see all the little details, the people, the place, the smells, how it feels, everything. As I go quiet just for a moment, I want you to connect with that space, that time in the future, and I want you to see it going really, really well, and you being really, really confident. See it now, from the start all the way to the end, all the little details. Well done. As you start to walk yourself back into yourself, connecting with that physical self of yours, from now on, you're no longer attached to what was in the past, and you're freeing your thoughts to wander through the lightness. You can step into the future feeling confident, knowing that it will go really, really well for you. Take a last few nice deep breaths in and slowly out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
I do love that piece of music, but I also am very aware, I'm going to put this one on now, that because of that piece of music at the end, because I've not changed the frequency of it anyway, by playing another piece over the top of it, that's why I get muted and done for copyright with public liability with music, unfortunately. So I'm gonna I found a way with the other pieces of music to be able to counteract it, and I'm gonna find a way with that one as well, where I don't wreck the music. That's the problem, because I've had to change the Chevaliers de Sangriel one so that it fits and it doesn't get muted, but it's changed it. But I like the gongs, but sometimes they go off at the right times, sometimes they don't, they go off at the wrong times. Right, I'm going to leave you and love you with all of that. I always like to say this now, namaste, and I say it truthfully because I actually do see you, and I see all of you, and every single little profile picture that comes up on there, every single comment, even though I don't get them during the class, unfortunately, I witness and I see and I feel it all. So I'm really appreciative and really, really thankful. Oh, Lizzie, I'm glad that you enjoyed that, Donna. I changed it somewhat. I ad-libbed it a little bit just to fit with you rehearsing in your head, because I figured that you probably wouldn't do it otherwise. So I hope you were able to use that time to be able to see yourself on stage performing perfectly for this weekend. Namaste, Sammy, thank you. Oh, Sandra, that's lovely to hear. Yeah, I am now too, and I'm glad that I got through this class. My silly voice. Reiki shares Wednesday, thank you. Yes, got a Reiki share on Wednesday, 6:30 till 8:30 in Aspire. Yeah, you're very welcome, and it would be lovely to see you. I will be there. Lizzie, I do hope that you're alright, and you can message me afterwards. You know, it's sometimes a big thing for you to hold on to a lot of things and still hold yourself in that light, and it's normally a presumption of what we expect other people to think of us that affects us. I know that sounds a bit complicated, but it's a presumption because we're not in their mind of what another person might have felt judging our behaviour or our reaction or our thing in a moment. And what we do is, by a series of yes, there's space, by a series of Chinese whispers in our own mind, we construct this feeling that we expect other people to hold us in, and they don't. I always used to say it in the gym as a personal trainer years and years ago, God, it was years ago, that most people who are in the gym who are dedicated to their goal and what they're doing are looking at themselves, they're not looking at you. They might appear to be, you might feel like, oh God, I don't want to make any mistakes here, but genuinely not many people are actually looking around the room. They're all focused on what they're doing, they're looking at themselves. And that's in the same way in life, they probably in a way when you react in a certain way, and I have to remind myself this with the kids all the time, that if I've reacted or responded in a certain way throughout the day, and I'm expecting other people to hold me in that and judge me on that particular action or that particular behaviour in that moment, then I'd never learn, I'd never move forward, and it would hold me stuck feeling like I had to justify my actions all the time. We can't do that. It takes up too much space. It's too exhausting. I remember Donna telling me once that I was listening back to my voice notes to reflect on what I'd said, to make sure that I hadn't said anything in the wrong tone or hadn't said something in the wrong way. and it was taking up so much of my time because I'd just done the note authentically from myself, and then I was listening to it back to make sure that I hadn't said something that they might take in the wrong way. And Donna actually said to me, "You're wasting a lot of time there." And you've done it now, you've said it, just send it, just press send and it's done. Don't need to reflect on it. And the same with these classes, I don't, unless I actually want to do the meditation part again, I don't actually need to relive all of this that I'm saying now. I've said it, it's coming out, ta-da, it's like, it's there, it's what was said in that moment, and in that space it was right. And just trust. We've got to let things go and move forward, haven't we? I'll let you go now on that note, as I start to go into my head about all the things that I need to let go of. But enjoy this build up now to the full moon. I think the full moon falls on the 13th of April, so we've got a lot of fun and a lot of excitement and a lot of energy to be had now as this waxing on cycle, continues until we get that amazing pink moon in April. Be wonderful. And happy 1st of April for tomorrow. Have you all got some jokes and tricks up your sleeve? I know some people in my family, being in the Garner family, there was lots of pranks. Fabulous. Redo this meditation, yeah, and see yourself, see something that you've got in your eye line. Yeah. Bye. Nostar. Thank you. Good night. See you all. If you're not on the Reiki Share on Wednesday, I will see you all on here on Monday.